Episode brought to you by Pete's Putt-Putt Course. Mention the podcast and you get one free golf ball.
We have a podcast theme song, and this is how it goes. We have a podcast theme song, now you know.
All right, folks, we have an important announcement for you. We have developed a spin-off of the Fun Parade podcast called The Fun Parade Game Show. We've put together a game show. We're going to air it as a weekly podcast. And in the game show, our contestants, we bring them on. And honestly, I don't know that we've actually figured out what the game is.
Yes. Well, we're trying to spin off. We're trying to get on the Game Show Network. That's where we're going to...
Ultimately, what we're heading
Yeah,
toward.
that's what we're going to break into is the Game Show Network. And I think we've agreed that the show is, of course, going to be hosted by a dog.
Yeah, dog host.
Yeah.
Sure.
His name's Professor Barksworth.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the host, and he reads all the questions, and, you know, he reads them like a dog would because he doesn't know English.
Yeah, so he doesn't speak just barks the questions.
He just barks the questions at the contestants, and it's human contestants.
Sure.
So
you could be a contestant. We'll give you an email address later to
if you
sign
want to be in our studio audience.
Yeah, or if you're a dog and you're interested in writing some of these questions.
Yeah. And I think we're going to call it Jeopardy Dog Edition.
Okay. I mean, I'm quibbling. I don't like that name for it.
Okay.
Can we call it something else? I thought we were going to call it the Fun Parade Game Show.
Oh, right.
But I feel like Jeopardy's probably trademarked. I don't think we can get that. Is it?
I don't know of a game show called Jeopardy.
Well, we'll look into it. But
anyway, Alex Trebark is hosting.
This is the same as Dr. Barksworth?
Yeah, this is his real name.
Okay.
Dr. Bark.
Oh, Alex Trebark.
It's Professor Barksworth.
Professor Barksworth.
See, you're picking up on it.
Is Alex Trebark.
Yeah.
Well, I think we have to call it Jeopardy Dog Edition then, with all those pieces in place.
Yeah, I mean...
Do they bark the answers and the contestants have to provide their response?
Well, they have to ring in first.
Well, yeah. Yeah, they ring in first, then they provide their response in the form of a question.
Yeah.
Okay, let me get this straight.
Yeah.
There's a dog host, and it's Jeopardy style, so the dog's posing answers, but barking them. And then the human contestants have to give their responses in the form of a question.
You got that right.
But they ring in first.
They ring in first, and then they say, what is Africa?
Right.
Also, all of our questions will be what continent is directly below Europe.
So everyone's going to get the question right every time.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then the dog, how do you teach the dog how to say the questions?
Oh, we're not going to.
Just assume the dog can read?
Yeah.
Just let the dog
bark?
it
can read, but it just isn't very good with English.
Are we going to put peanut butter in the dog's mouth to make it look like he's talking?
Yeah, we're going to put way too much peanut butter in its mouth.
Like just a whole jar, scoop into
We're
this
not even
dog's
going to
mouth.
take it out of the jar.
We're just going to take the jar and put it in a dog's mouth.
Yeah.
And then hope that it starts barking?
Yeah. And we're actually going to have some rotating hosts, so we're going to have one host named George Doggington Carver.
Why?
Like George Washington.
Yeah, I know, but why would that be a game show host? Oh, because of the peanuts?
Yeah.
So in this game show, a dog is just barking. And then human contestants respond, who's a good dog?
Yeah.
And then that's what we're calling
And then you'll
Jeopardy.
scratch the host behind the ear, and the host is going to love that.
Yeah. Automatic double Jeopardy.
Yeah.
For scratching the dog behind the ear.
Yeah.
And then how does it end? How do you win this game?
Well, just whoever accumulates the most points wins, and you get to go home with a brand new dog biscuit.
Oh, you get one dog biscuit?
Uh-huh. Assuming the host hasn't ate it already by that point.
So they keep the dog biscuit at the podium with Alex Trebark.
Yeah.
And if the dog doesn't eat the biscuit by the time the show is over, you get to take it.
You gotta hope that he just can't get his way through all that peanut butter by the end of the show.
So really, this is a game where you're hoping a dog doesn't eat a whole jar of peanut butter, so you have the chance to take home a dog biscuit.
That's right.
All right. Well, take a look at the Fun Parade website. We'll announce when this new show gets released. And it's sure to make for great audio.
I got another idea. It's called Is That a Flamingo?
Maybe we'll hear about that next time. See you later, folks. Regular listeners of the show will recognize our next guest, Scott Jurgens.
Hey, it's Mr. Jurgen. If you can't pronounce that, go ahead and call me Mr. J.
That's right, yeah. Mr. J's here. Mr. J is a substitute science teacher. We initially brought him on the show so that we could learn some science facts.
Me and Andy here have grown increasingly more concerned about you with each appearance that you've had on. Yes.
Yeah, it was great. First, you told us a lot of great science stuff. You were educating the listeners. Mm-hmm. But there have been some things that you've said that
just little things
just don't seem quite right.
Yeah, they just don't quite add up, and we're a little concerned.
Well, hey, a scientist is always ready to defend his theories, his truth that he knows.
That's great, because we have a quiz for you. We went out and we got a science textbook. This is the textbook used in the schools in this district.
This is 2014 edition.
So presumably this is the book from which you're teaching the students.
Well, yeah, and they do give me that book.
I don't want to hear it. Here we go. Question number 1. Page 1 of the book.
Okie doke.
This is in the preface. What is the name of the force that draws objects toward the ground?
Oh, that is an easy one. It's the Fist of Gartoon. It sits at the center of the earth and it pulls in all things.
False. That's not... The book says gravity. Everyone knows the answer is gravity.
Of course it's gravity.
Every listener immediately thought the word gravity when I started
Interesting. The lies that get out. It's sad.
Have you even heard of this? You've heard of
gravity? Oh, of course I've heard of gravity. It is useful. It is definitely useful. But really, at the end of the day, it only affects subatomic particles. It only brings light to the Earth. Okay?
All right. So you didn't get that one right. Danny has a list of scientists.
Okay.
Yeah.
We just want to know any association you have with them. Just kind of tell us who we're going to... These are scientists that everyone knows. Just give us any indication that you know.
Very first one. Albert Einstein.
Absolutely. Invented beekeeping.
Okay.
Right.
Not exactly right. We have Newton.
Proved a liar. In the 1960s, they found that all of his discoveries were indeed false.
Wow.
Enrico Fermi.
Oh, yes. Great guy. He,
Enrico Fermi?
Oh, all the time. We talk. He's very prominent. He's prominent.
This sounds promising.
Right.
He must know.
He's always willing to talk to a fellow scientist. He hands out his phone number at conferences.
Charles Darwin.
Not aware of him.
Literally nothing comes to mind.
Never heard of Charles Darwin.
Pretty famous.
This is basic scientific understanding that you should have. And you don't have it.
Well, I think I might have I'm a teacher here, Andy.
How did they let you be a teacher? What was your training?
Yeah, what was your degree that you
had? Technically I have a degree in accounting.
All right.
Yeah.
And they'll let you teach in the school?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You walk in and they'll let you teach.
Well, but you have to have some understanding of science, right, for them to let you teach science?
And let me tell you, I do. Growing up, I loved science. I was always learning it. I spent a lot of years accounting for the primo science research facility of the world, the Church of Scientology. I mean, it's a group of guys that literally worship science. They know everything.
Okay. I think I see what's happening here.
This all puts everything into perspective. I'm not sure that that's science education.
What makes you say that?
It's a religion. It's not...
Yeah, it's a belief system. It's not science. It sounds like science, but it's not.
Now, you see, I agree. It is a religion. But, religion and science, they don't have to be separated. We're talking about a group of people that love science so much they put it in the name of their religion. I would sit around the office and I'd hear these guys just rattle off these facts, and I'd write them down real quick. The greatest scientist of all time, L. Ron Hubbard, he proved all these theories. He proved the microscopic subterranean creature theory. He proved the theory of cosmic stuff.
Now, I think we can all agree that you don't know anything about science, right?
Well, I picked up a lot from I worked with the finest scientists.
We all agree you don't know anything about science.
Okay.
I'm curious how you ended up in a school after being an accountant at the Church of Scientology.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a fascinating ride. I was laid off as an accountant from the church, and I figured, what have I got? I got a CPA, and I've got all this science information. I went to the local board of education, gave them I gave them a resume, and the next day I was hired.
Wow.
Taught my first class, Middlesbury High.
Earlier you said that you teach 2 to 3 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
Is at maximum? Is that kind of the situation?
Oh, well, if I'm lucky and it's flu season, sometimes I get a full weekend.
Sure. How do you support yourself only working a few days a week?
That's a tough one to answer. I will admit, I do not live in a house I own per se, or rent. There's this thing called squatters' rights. And I'm currently in the process of getting my house via squatting. Very excited about it. It's a lovely, lovely 4-bedroom house.
Just you?
Just me.
In a 4-bedroom house?
Yeah, well, you got to take what you can get, all right?
That's true. I guess if you have to scrape the bottom of the barrel and get a 4-bedroom house. So doing science experiments in the house?
Oh, all the time. All the time. Just recently, I purchased a colony of ants, okay? And 10,000 ants in this thing.
Wow.
And I sat there I had, a 4-day weekend. I sat there all 4-day weekend staring at this colony of ants. And I proved my theory.
Yeah.
Man and ants, not a single psychic connection there. I cannot control ants.
That is the first sensible thing I think I've heard you say this whole time.
And I'm chock full of the stuff.
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. J, for being here. I'm sorry about your life, but we appreciate you being on here.
Oh, thank you guys so much. I love coming on the show. Can't wait to come back and say some science facts.
Yeah. We'll see you around.
That sounds like something that might... Okay.
We're back with our favorite segment, where we have a member of the community come onto the show to tell us a little bit more about his life. Danny, tell the people who it is.
We have Keith Little here, who is a security guard down at the Whole Foods.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. That's not a thing anymore.
Is the Whole Foods is gone?
No, it's still there. Just not my perch, the basket.
For just to remind the listener, you as a security guard, you used to do your business living in a basket at the top of a ladder in the southeast corner of the Whole Foods.
And guarding avocados.
Guarding avocados and
Don't forget
Starfruit.
that.
Yes, that's a very good way to phrase it, yes.
Okay, so you were there, but
Yes.
you're not there anymore. Tell us what happened.
Well, I pecked out an old guy's eyes.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about your eyes, by the way.
That's all right. I got them all patched up. It was no big deal.
Good. Yeah, but that was just one too many old guy's eyes for, the staff to put up with me, and they banded together, and they burnt my nest down to the ground.
But you weren't in the basket at the time, right?
I actually was.
You were in the basket?
Yes, I've suffered third-degree burns on it. 25% of my lower body. It hurts is what I'm trying to say.
Well, you look like you're doing fine. It really is too bad. You seem to love that job so much.
I really did, and, I just lost all sense of direction in life after that. So I did a bunch of hardcore hallucinogens, and I just woke up at a beach.
Excuse me, you woke up on a beach?
I woke up on a beach, yes.
Okay, well.
And what did you immediately know you were on a beach?
Well, there was lots of sand and, a sizable body of water, so I was like,
Pretty good clue that you're on a
by
beach.
definition, this is probably a beach. Yeah.
All right, so you ended up on the beach. I mean, I'm sad to hear that you're not a security guard anymore, but tell us a little more about, what you're up to these days.
Well, actually, guys, I am still a security guard.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
Did you find, another store to do
Another
your thing
Whole
at?
Foods?
Oh, no, I'm guarding the beach.
Oh.
You're a security guard at the beach?
Yes.
You're guarding the beach from who?
Well, what, more specifically? I'm guarding the sand from the water.
Okay, but who's in danger in this situation? Who are you?
Oh, the sand. The sand is.
The sand is in danger of what?
Getting swept away just down to the ocean. It's a mess.
You don't want the sand to end up in the ocean?
But
No.
by nature, that's what happens.
I know, and I'm going to fight it. Just because it's a part of nature doesn't mean it's okay.
And how do you pull this off? How do you protect the sand from the ocean?
Lots and lots of small shovels. Yeah, I shovel like mad all day.
Shoveling in what direction?
Oh, away from the water.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
So you're taking sand that's close to the water and you're moving it away from the water.
Yes, yeah. That way Poseidon and Aquaman can't steal the sand.
So you're saying that these ocean-dwelling supernatural people,
They're like shit for brains.
okay, they want the sand on your beach?
Yes, they want the sand on my beach.
Just your beach.
Just my beach.
What beach is this again?
I don't know. I told you I just did a bunch of hardcore drugs and I woke up here and I never left.
Okay, but...
Listen, guys, I feel like you're judging me.
No, what are you judging you? How?
I just think you're looking down on me just because, I did a bunch of drugs and woke up on a beach and never left.
Well, I think we're more just concerned for you and the people. Are you at least... Are you having fun?
Oh, I'm having the time of my life.
You're having the best time of your life?
Yeah, the best time. This is since the first time since Whole Foods, I have purpose again.
Wow, so since last week, you finally feel like you're up to the challenges of life.
Yes. A week is a long time.
That is true. That is a long time.
It is.
Perhaps it is a little narrow-minded of me and Andy here to judge you.
Yeah, I do feel a little bad maybe for pushing you on some of your thoughts.
Perhaps me and Andy here also could start fighting nature.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay, so maybe you scoop sand away from the ocean.
Yeah.
Maybe we start plucking leaves off trees.
Why would you do that?
Well, because it's
that-
just nature is not always right.
No, that's stupid. That's a waste of time. Why would you guys do that?
Well, I don't see how it's you spend all your time shoveling sand away from water.
We'll start plucking leaves.
Yeah, we'll just spend a lot of time plucking leaves off
No,
trees.
I am protecting this pristine beach from Poseidon and other aquatic heroes, and you guys are just ripping leaves off of trees.
Yeah,
I don't know why you thought that would be a good idea.
Well, maybe the leaf has like a restraining order against the tree and doesn't want to be part of the
it's like a
tree
non-consensual relationship where it's like
I do not deal in hypotheticals.
Let's for the time being imagine that we do go into a forest, pluck out the leaves.
No, I don't.
We're doing it for you.
I don't like this scenario at all. It's awful. It's mean to trees, and you know what? It's like how would you like it if you were standing there trying to grow into the ground and someone just rips your hair out?
I wouldn't. I guess I wouldn't.
Yeah,
You're not gonna like it because I'm about to do it to you.
I don't understand. You're about to rip my hair out?
Yeah, and if I don't, you're not gonna learn. So I'm gonna come here.
I'm not.
Stay away from my partner. I'm gonna rip your hair out.
No! Ow!
Stay away
No!
from-
Ow! Okay,
Yeah.
stop it. Okay.
Yeah.
Ow! All right.
Yeah, you're gonna look like a
Stop.
frog.
You're ripping
his hair out.
All right. Fine. Ouch! Oh no!
Yeah,
I
take that.
take it back.
Yeah, you better.
All right. Well, it's great to have you on the show. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for
It's
having
really
me.
wonderful to have you here, Keith.
Come back sometime. High tide. When the tide comes in, it's usually pretty rough.
We're not at the beach.
Yeah, we've never been to the beach.
What? This isn't the beach?
We are not at the beach right now.
My whole grasp on reality has been shaken.
Oh well. See you next time.
Hola, beautiful. I didn't see you there. It's me, Starla January again, with Strangers in the Night. While I might not be able to see you, I can hear you, and I can feel your heart. You may consider this 3 a.m. slot late, or is it early? Is now the start of the rest of your life. So call in and figure out yourself today. Tonight. As you know, I like to start with a brief meditation on life and the day. Today we're going to tackle a difficult topic that I hope I can help you with. It's the topic of fear. Everyone out there, close your eyes. Be very calm and picture that thing you're afraid of. Picture that deep down fear. Hold on to it. Let it stop your heart for a moment. And then double the size of it. Picture it with me. Picture it so large that it overwhelms your very being and you feel like you can't breathe with the weight of this fear on your chest. And now, stay with me. Know that will never leave. Fear will be with you for the rest of your life, specifically that fear. Now let's take some calls.
I lost my pet Phoebe in a garbage can. It makes me sad. How can I get through this trying time?
My condolences to you and to that poor lost soul out there, Phoebe. I find when I am challenged, I like to center myself, I like to calm, I like to do some yoga, and I find earthen doctors, if you say you have back pain, can give you an assortment of pills that you can just take until you forget about Phoebe. So, good luck. Let's have 17 more callers.
Yeah, hi. I host a podcast, and I...
Oh, a podcast? What's your name? Are you famous?
No. I'm sure you haven't heard of me.
Well, maybe I've heard of the podcast, or I could give it a listen. What's the name?
My name's Danny Strato.
Oh, well, Mr. Strato, I look forward to your podcast. What is it called?
Well, it's... I'm sure you wouldn't want to listen to it. It's called The Fun Parade-o.
Oh, the Fun Parade-o. I haven't heard of that. I've heard a similar one. I haven't heard of that one. I'll look it up sometime.
Anyway, my co-host, he's a dumb, horrible man, and I want to play a joke on him or harm him physically. What should I do?
Oh, mischief is afoot. Well, how violent are you looking to get with this?
Oh, very.
Okay, I saw this in an ancient Earth documentary about a boy that was abandoned by his family, and what you want to do is put a fire source under a metal doorknob, and then that doorknob will become very hot, and when your co-host reaches for the door and grabs it, will burn his hand, and he'll be very upset, and you'll be giggling, and he'll storm in the door and be very upset and say, "Why are you laughing at me? I'm in pain," and then you'll shoot him to death with a gun. Let me know how it goes.
Will do.
Goodbye, Mr. Strato. These are some brilliant calls. Why don't we keep it coming with our next caller? Oh, we don't have a caller queued up, it seems, so just grab that phone, find a connection out there, call on in. Don't be shy. Starla's here for you. You're not... Oh, so you maybe don't think that you need Starla, do you? Okay. I've dealt with this before. You're a little afraid of advice, afraid of the truth. No, that's fine. Don't call in. I can leave. I don't care. I have things to do. This isn't all I have going for me right now. I'm just going to go. If someone doesn't call right now, I'm going to go. I will count down from 3. Listen, I know you're upset. I know you're scared. Just call. I'm here for you. I didn't mean to get angry. Stranger in the night, just call in. I'm here for you. I care about you. You're being a real bitch right now, not calling in. You know that? This is what I do. This is my job, and you're taking away my job from me. How would you like it if I showed up at your Earth job and took away your modem or whatever you need for work? I'm leaving. I'm leaving if someone does not call me in 5, 4, 3, 2... Well, you can all just go die.
Okay, well that wraps up another season of the Fun Parade, and actually I think it might wrap up all of the Fun Parade. You might take a look and see if we have anything else coming out in the future, but as it is, this probably is it. We appreciate you being with us through these 13 episodes. It's been a real fun job putting everything together, having all of our friends come together and make this for you. So hopefully, if you're one of the 1.5 people who listens to this, it's been great to allow you into our world. You can always check out our other episodes by going to thefunparade.com, visiting us on iTunes, Stitcher, and on YouTube, or you can find us in real life, but good luck with that. Of course, we thank our guests on today's show, including Matt Capacci, John Ross, Peter Brick, and Laura Sanders, and as always, musical help from bensound.com and Kevin MacLeod. Thanks for all the free music, guys. What is the name of the force that draws objects toward the ground?
That's easy. Fist of Gartoon that sits at the center of the earth and pulls in all things.